Hi and good day to our dear lecturers and our fellow coursemates. We are from Group 1 and there are 7 members in our group. Firstly, we have Celine Chen and Fu Li Xin. They will both be sharing about the HUM test with us. And also we have Ko Wan Ning. Wan Ning will talk about the 5th test, and we have Elsie. Elsie will share with us about the publicity test, conclusion, and also references. Next, we have Chu Xin Jie. Xin Jie will share with us about the professional test, and also Ti Chen, that's me. And also lastly, we have Zikru Kuchai will explain about the similar case with us. Our topic is research animal, protection or convenience. So basically in our case study, Jade, who is a first year student, she saw a rabbit kept in a cage so small that it only allowed the rabbit to lie down in it. So the rabbit is actually an experimental animal for a final year student, which he needed daily blood samples from the rabbit for 2 weeks. So our topic is about research animals' welfare, and there are 5 freedoms of animal, which includes the freedom from discomfort, freedom from pain, injury and diseases, and also freedom from fear and distress. So based on our case study, the final year student, he prioritized his own convenience instead of the research animal's welfare. So here is a question. Shall we only provide minimum living requirements to our research animals, or shall we free them from discomfort by providing better life qualities? Our preliminary action is to provide better living requirements to the rabbit, and it will be evaluated based on HUM test, professional test, 5th test, and also publicity test. Now, I would like to pass this presentation to Zikru to further explain about the similar case. Thank you.
Thank you, Yichen, for the amazing introduction. My name is Zikru Kusari, and I will proceed with similar case. 5 years ago, in 2018, Neuralink, which is a company founded by Elon Musk in San Francisco, has been reported to kill more than 1,500 animals, including pigs, monkeys, mice, and rats, in a series of experiments. What they did was, they performed brain chip implants to these animals to research on artificial intelligence. After the experiment is completed, they deliberately killed the animals to perform post-mortem for research purposes. The actual number may even be higher than 1,500, as they are said to speed up the experiment. Unfortunately, there were errors in the experiment, which may cause the research value to have lowered, and the test needed to be repeated. Neuralink is currently under federal investigation for potential animal welfare violation. Now, this case is very similar to our case, as the rabbit, which is confined in a very tiny cage, and the animals going through the brain chip implant are affected in their behavior, as they don't live naturally as they should have in the wild. That is all for the similar case, and I would like to pass to Fu Li Xin for the HUM test. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Li Xing, and now I will explain the HUM test. The first party of the HUM test is the rabbit, and we can discuss it from 3 aspects. For the first aspect, cage, if we choose option 1, which is provide better life quality to the rabbit, what we can do is that we can increase the cage size or uses of cage equipments such as snoring sticks. So the outcome of this choice will be that the rabbit will be more physically active and have less aggressive behavior. However, if we choose option 2, which is do not do anything, we will cause the rabbit to have less physical activity and will have more aggressive behavior due to limited space of living. For the second aspect, blood sample taking, if we choose option 1, we can use equipment such as enduring catheters that can make the rabbit to be less stressful during the blood sample taking process, and this can cause less changes in the blood variables of the rabbit. However, if we choose option 2, which is do not do anything, the blood sample taking process will cause the rabbit to be stressful, and this will cause more changes in the blood variables. So the experimental result will be less reliable, and thus we have to repeat the experiments many times to get consistent result. So this will be a very time-consuming process. Lastly, for the sustainability of the rabbit, if we choose option 1, which is provide better life quality to the rabbit can be released into the wild after the experiment is done in good health condition. However, if we choose option 2, The rabbit cannot survive in the wild after the experiment is done due to poor health condition. Next, I will pass to Celine to further explain the harm test.
Hi, I'm Celine and I'm going to talk about the last two parties, which are the final year student and also the administration. For the final year student, we're going to look into two aspects, which are the cost and also the time. So firstly, for the cost. If we choose to give a better life quality to the rabbit, the final year student has to pay more cost because he needs to buy the new and bigger cage and also the better equipments before starting his experiment. If we choose to not do anything to the rabbit, the final year student gets to save costs because he doesn't need to buy the new equipments and new cage. He can just use his old ones. Next, we're going to look into the time aspect. If we choose to give a better life quality to the rabbit, the final year student has to spend more time because he needs time to buy the new equipments and new cage before starting his experiment. If we choose to not do anything to the rabbit, the final year student can just continue his experiment and so he can save time because he can get his experimental results faster. Finally, we're going to look into the administration party, which we're going to look at the reputation aspect. If we choose to give a better life quality to the rabbit, the administration gets to maintain his reputation because the public would say that the administration takes care of the laboratory animal, which is the rabbit's welfare. However, if we choose to not do anything to the rabbit, it would badly affect the administration's reputation because the public would say that our university only focuses on the scientific result and we do not care about the laboratory animal, which is the rabbit's welfare. Next, I'm going to pass my mic to Wan Ling to talk about the fit test.
Hello, I'm Conning, and now I will proceed to the fat test. Buddhists believe that it is morally wrong if animal consent might come to any harms. According to Dhammapada verse 129, all living things are fear of being put to death, and all living things are fear of being beaten with clubs. From this Buddhist saying, we can know that animals should be treated equally and humanly, as they deserve right and respect from us. Animals have personalities and preferences too, like us. So, animals should not be treated harmfully or painfully, as we humans also dislike such a treatment. Besides, Proverbs chapter 12 verse 10 also state that the righteous care for the needs of their animals, but the kindest act of the weak are cruel. Someone who is properly following God and living the good life will not mistreat or abuse the animals. God creates human beings and also animals. God will get angry if we mistreat his creations. Thus, we're supposed to take care of the animals and show our kindness toward them. On the other hand, the Al-Quran chapter 5 verse 2 also emphasizes that the cruel treatments to the animals are prohibited. Even to the livestock, they will be eaten. We must not let the animals to suffer pains or mutilations in the experiments. And now we will pass to Sinje for the professional test.
Hello everyone, my name is Sinje. Now I'm going to present professional test. The first act I'm going to introduce is Malaysia Animal Act 1953. This act was introduced to prevent cruelty towards animals and to prevent the control of movement of animals. In our case, confining an animal in a way that causes unnecessary suffering is an action that against this law. Other than that, there are other specific offenses and animal cruelty include failing to supply sufficient food or water to animal in confinement, ill-treating, cruelly beating, infuriating, or terrifying other animals. The next act is Animal Welfare Act 2015. Animal Welfare Act 2015 acknowledges that mental well-being of an animal is also important. This act mandates that all animals used in research, testing, or teaching have physical, health, and behavioral need to be taken care of. Researchers should reduce any degree of pain or distress of animal used in research, testing, or teaching as minimum as possible. If a person commits an offense, they shall be guilty of it and be liable on conviction to a fine or imprisonment. For instance, cruelty towards animal protected under Animal Welfare Act 2015 is punishable by a fine of 20 to 100,000 ringgit or imprisonment of up to 3 years. Next, I will pass it to Elsie.
Hi, I am Elsie and I would like to continue to the publicity test. For the publicity test, we feel comfortable to publicize our decisions to protect the richest animals, which is the rabbits, and provide them with ethical freedoms, which include freedom from pain, freedom from fears and distress, freedom from discomforts, and freedoms to express the normal behaviors. Of course, we believe that majorities of the public will support and accept our decisions, which is to protect the richest animals because they have the sympathy toward the richest animals, and also the decisions does not harm the benefits of the public. In conclusions, our decisions is to bring up the matters to the authorities. According to the harm test, fact test, professional test, and publicity test that has been conducted, we believe that this decision is able to resolve the problems of richest animals' welfare. Our priorities is to provide a better life qualities to the rabbits. Lastly, I would like to represent our groups to express our gratitude to our advisor, Dr. Sarah, for her assistance and advices. We are also thankful to the lecturers who provide us useful knowledge in completing this project. Thank you.